Back at pregame.tv, conference tournament championships. We're talking opening rounds. We're talking Big Ten. We're talking Michigan, Penn State. Huge spread, 14.5. Has Michigan won a game by 15 the past 2 months?
Exactly.
Did that, when you saw that surprise you a little bit? It came that high?
No, because it's Michigan. And they're playing Penn State. And I just don't think Penn State's going to get the respect from the bettors. And you got to remember, this is the time of the year where the casual bettors influx the betting market. And it's based more on perception than anything else.
This is a classic VR steam read. You do this every day. You go ahead and put it out as a podcast, like 6 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how many games. And you say like 80% of the tickets are on Michigan, but yet the spread is dropping.
Exactly,
correct?
because it's money and respect that moves lines. And sometimes I think that's one of the most dangerous things to just look at. You want to look at it as a factor just to see maybe what sides people are in love with. But I think people draw conclusions when they see ticket count and they automatically conclude that's where the money is, where nothing could be further from the truth. Because 10 bettors could walk up to the window and bet $50 a piece on Team A, and then you walk up to the window and you bet 10 dimes on Team B. Sure, the ticket count's 9-1 in favor of Team A, but believe me, Team A is who the book needs.
I'm not betting 10 dimes on anything these days. I wish I was betting 10 dimes.
You know what I mean? And I think that's where people usually use that information incorrectly as far as just ticket count. And with this one, you know where the ticket count's going to be. It's going to be on Michigan. But I think the sharp bettors are going to be on the Penn State side.
Well, the level 1 handicap here, and in poker we talk about level 1 thinking.
Yeah,
it's like, what do I have?
What is
level 2?
Yeah.
What does he think I have?
Yeah.
And then knowing that he thinks what I have, that he'd play this way, how would he do it opposite? And so he like flops the stone cold nuts and you bet, and he re-raises because he knows that that he would never re-raise if he flopped a set of 9s on a 9-7-3 rainbow flop.
And now you're at level
and you'll
4.
re-raise with your kings and get stacked. But I digress. Let's go back to this game. Michigan lost at Penn State. Embarrassing loss. Level 1 thinking is that the Wolverines are going to be angry.
Take them seriously.
They're going to take this team out behind the woodshed. So I can see why they inflate it a little bit because of that revenge. But I'm going to go with level 2 thinking a little bit with this one.
There's a reason they took them there.
Penn State was very competitive in Ann Arbor. They were in that game the whole way. Here's 2 teams. It's funny for me to say because I got one team that won 1 or 2 games in the entire Big Ten. And Michigan almost won the Big Ten title. They're going in totally different directions. One team's going up, one team's going down, but it's one team's going up from the bottom.
Right.
Michigan's going down, and I don't think Michigan is in the same level.
Here's the thing. I'll tell you, when you look at Michigan, their weakness is inexperience. When you look at their bench, they have nothing but freshmen, more or less, that give quality minutes coming off the bench. And I think that's been their downfall as the season's progressed. When you look at Penn State, this is a team that's had one of the toughest schedule. According to Ken Pom, 5th toughest overall schedule in all of college basketball. So it's a team that has been tested. I think your reasoning is right on point on why this line's inflated because of the revenge factor. And you would look at that at most casual bettors, and they're going to say this is a great spot for Michigan to pour it on and just blow this team away. But I really don't think, based on the 2 games they've played already, that they're capable of beating this team by that many points.
Well, I've got a frog in my throat. Apparently, I'm so excited about this. Let me make it
best bet. It's a best bet.
Let's make it a best bet official before I tap out completely. All right, best bet, Penn State plus 14.5. There's a perception that Penn State's the worst team in the Big Ten. That's a bunch of crap. Northwestern is so much worse than this team, and you saw that when Penn State went into Evanston and took the Northwestern Wildcats out behind the woodshed, dominated the game. They're excited. They just lost a very close game at home by 3 points to a Big Ten contender, but that's a moral victory. They're excited to be playing this Big Ten championship. They're going to bring it. Michigan's just looking, well, who do we play after we beat these guys? Expecting a much closer game than expected. I'm all over Penn State plus 14.5. I would bet this sooner rather than later. There is no way that this line can stay this high. Plus 14.5. Get on this right away.
I agree 100%. This is the perfect classic example that I say on the steam read where the ticket count's going to be this way, but the money's going to be on the dog, the Penn State side. And I think you're absolutely right. The line's going to drop. You want to get in on this right away.
What are we doing in here? Let's get out of here.
Time to go bet the Penn State.
We can't get out yet because we can't tap out yet because we got to go to UFC 158 State. Vegas Runner is going to have an excellent best bet on that, and I will try to learn and take copious notes. Stay with us, pregame.tv.